also this thing called the solidarity economy, right? So this is about economic democracy, for instance. Then we're talking about local cooperatives, so other business models. Then, from my perspective, very interesting would be how to involve and educate consumers and how to engage them into the local economy, etc. So, and local currencies. So local economy is so much more than just buying local. And from my perspective, buying local is not necessarily sustainable. So yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. So this is a glimpse of what the local networks that I've been talking about do. And this doesn't capture it all, but this gives you an idea. Now, I will say this. I personally, I'm speaking as an individual here, so take all my organizational affiliations put away. So as an individual, I think that there's a real huge opportunity and a huge threat from expanding the vision. So when you talk about solidarity economy, in my opinion, you turn some people off. Not me, but you turn some people off. So part of what I think the buy local piece does is it removes a lot of those barriers because so many people agree with that idea. And so to me, that's the entry point, and that gives you the opportunity and it gives you the opportunity to convene and gather a community of people around, and then you can start having those conversations. Then you actually talk to someone who runs Solidarity NYC out of Brooklyn about this week, where it's like, look, I'm worried about trying to focus on too much as we try and get our buy local efforts in New York City off the ground. But what I would love to do is try and find a way to sponsor an event and convene a conversation, so that you can speak to your perspective, I can speak to my perspective, and then we can have people in there actually be part of the dialogue. So I think that you're right. There's a much bigger component. I mean, you could add green building. You could add like a bunch of different things that are interconnected as we look at whatever you want to call it, new economy, future economy, whatever. But I think as it relates to trying to bring in the most people around the idea that resonates with them and get people all pulling in the same direction, the buy local campaign is what allows you to do that, and that allows us to have this larger conversation.
Local currency, because that's pretty close to.
Yeah, so local currency, I actually have a little bit of experience. I worked with an organization doing online local currency. I would say it's an interesting idea. I don't think it's revolutionary. I don't think it's ever going to be the end all be all. Like the most successful local currency program out there and ever, I think captures about 1 to 2% of the economy wherever it is. So if the most wildly successful version of whatever you're doing in local currency could be to do 10% of the total, that doesn't seem like transformational to me. So I do think it's an interesting concept, and it's a way to sort of almost force local spending because you're sort of only allowed to use it in a certain area and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it plays a role. I think it's a complementary piece more than a